Hey y'all, Charlotte from JC Bits here. So I've had a lot of people ask me about off the track horses because a lot of my really good horses that I've done well on in my life have been horses that have ran on the track. And you know, you have to remember how these horses were trained when they came off the track. Race horses are taught to run through a bit, to go faster. It's how the jockeys stay stable on their backs. And when they let go of the reins, or not let go, but they let out, those horses are taught to go slower. So what I've had to do is I've had to do reverse training. Mainly what I like to do with track horses, the bits that I like to use are bits that have a lot of pull pressure, maybe your Loomis gags, some sort of sliding gag, either with a wire, twisted wire, or the pig and string like we have now. And basically it just teaches them a little more pull pressure. So when you pull on the bit, it encourages their head to kind of go lower, but it encourages them to stop and they don't have something hitting them in the chin. I always start with a leather curb, but a lot of times you have to start with a chain curb with some of these race horses because they will get to pulling in the bit. But you just have to kind of retrain them. You have to teach them, they need to be a little more broke to our barrel racing. You know, they're taught to be fed up. They're in a small stall. It takes a lot of patience. But you just have to ignore those kind of tendencies because they're just learning as much as you are learning. So on these track horses, if you have patience, and a lot of them have really good minds, if you just take time and have patience with them, they'll come around and learn the training. Once they kind of get off of the high feed, I don't keep them in stalls. And most of my horses don't ever stay in stalls anyway. I keep them turned out as much as possible, or they have really big runs because I'm a big believer in letting a horse be a horse. There's a lot of times that you can't when you're training a lot of horses and you're trying to keep everybody safe, so they have to stay in smaller stalls. But now with my program, my horses get turnout time. I think it's very important for them to be able to exert that energy. That way I'm not spending time trying to ride it out of them. I'm spending time educating them. So that's just my take on those. And we'll see you down the road.